Hey there, my name is Stephen Pollitt. I'm the creator of Source Energy Medicine. Welcome to SEM Mondays. This is the place to be whether you are an integrative wellness practitioner or someone who believes, given the right healing tools and technology, the right support, the right information, and what is likely for me one of the most important components, a community of like-minded individuals. Given all of that, if you believe that you can heal yourself, then it is awesome to be you, and this is a great place for you to be. You know, I gotta tell you, we shot this clip a while back, and when it was all done, edited, post-production was done, in reviewing it, I realized that it could be misinterpreted as a sales pitch or a promotion. And this is so not that. So I decided to reshoot the intro to this clip to clarify that. Now, I don't want to spoil this clip, so I'll just leave it at that. And I'll add a little bit more context at the end of the clip so that it all makes sense. That said, in this nugget of Source Energy Medicine Wisdom video, you are going to learn all about what is, to me, the most exciting aspect of Source Energy Medicine. Why it's the most exciting aspect of Source Energy Medicine. Why it's more flexible than the Source Energy Medicine charging label system. And how it holds greater potential and possibility than the Source Energy Medicine charging label system. In this clip, we'll shine the spotlight on what is known as the non-material aspect of Source Energy Medicine. That is the leading edge of a leading edge approach to self-healing and integrative wellness. I feel it's important for me to mention that the non-material work is in no way essential, and yet it currently is, without question, the fastest, most efficient, most effective direct approach to exploring Source Energy Medicine. And by that I mean many clients experience from a single non-material Source Energy Medicine what would otherwise take 6 or 8 or perhaps even 10 months to achieve exploring Source Energy Medicine with charging labels and water. And before we go much further, I want to back up a bit so that everything I share has appropriate context and hopefully it all makes sense in the end. From the time Source Energy Medicine was released to the public in 2004, my ongoing research, literally on a day-to-day basis, was primarily focused on exploring ways to be able to support clients to be able to experience positive results faster, easier, more efficiently, and certainly more effectively. And over the years, this research has truly been both very rewarding as well as very fruitful over the years and in many ways. That said, what began to unfold late in 2013 remains to me as one of the most exciting aspects within all of Source Energy Medicine, and for me, that truly is saying a lot. It was at this time that I began exploring an exciting new way to support clients utilizing the exact same technology throughout Source Energy Medicine, but without a material substance. And by that I mean no Source Energy Medicine charging labels, no bottles, and no water. Since this approach involved no material substance, I began to refer to it simply as the non-material aspect of Source Energy Medicine, and the name stuck. And as exciting as it was at the time, I had a tremendous amount of resistance. I was very reluctant to diving into what was unfolding unless there was a way that I could easily teach others and be able to empower them so that they would have the exact same scope of practice, the exact same potential and possibility as me. Otherwise, you know, I honestly was not going to explore this work any further. It simply was not practical. There just are not enough hours in the day. I think it's very fortunate for all of us that I was quickly assured that if I was willing to embark on this journey, I would be able to teach anyone who had sincere interest. And while it did take a few years of research and development and a lot of experimentation, in 2016 I began teaching the non-material aspect of Source Energy Medicine to a select group of others. And then in 2017, I launched an online version of the training, and it was a huge success and in every regard. And while that's not what we're here to talk about today, I do see the non-material approach to source energy medicine and having an amazing team of well-trained, gifted, kind, and loving source energy medicine practitioners helping millions and millions of people each and every day in every country around the world as the future of source energy medicine. And that future is rapidly unfolding before us. Now, I've studied and experienced a wide variety of energy healing modalities over the last 25 years, and yet there are few, if any, similarities or commonalities between those and the non-material work. It truly is unique in many ways. And you know, if you really think about it, everything is energy work, including pharmaceutical medications and even surgery. It's all energy and ultimately has an effect on the body as a result of the universal law of cause and effect. Even our thoughts, feelings, and emotions have an effect on some level. And that, my friends, is a topic for another video on another day. Within the non-material method, I am not running energy or channeling non-physical beings or saints or ascended masters. And while it may look like I am the practitioner or the facilitator, you, my client, is indeed healing yourself. You set the pace, the speed, the depth, the tempo, and are indeed the one in charge of the overall process. I really see my role as more of that of a guide who is familiar with the energetic terrain that we're going to explore. And I'm simply helping you to remember what you already know and simply have forgotten. I'm helping you to unpack your God-given ability to be able to self-balance, self-correct, and self-heal. There's a teaching from A Course in Miracles that basically states, our job is not to seek love, but to seek that which would prevent me from fully extending and receiving love. And that is, big picture-wise, how I see source energy medicine. Well-being in every regard is already your reality. It's within you, though it might currently be dormant and not realized, and together we'll explore everything that could possibly block your natural and organic well-being from flowing out from within you into every aspect of your life and being so that you can grace and bless this world. I see source energy medicine as phenomenal technology that supports me in being the best version of myself possible. And technically speaking, I simply upload, download, and install source energy medicine to support this vision. We do all of the same approaches as we would with source energy medicine charging labels in terms of transforming, balancing, restoring, instituting an attitude of allowance, as well as exploring the EOS series. I work with clients in person where they sit comfortably in a chair across from me, and likely 95% of the clients that I work with, I work remotely by phone and Skype. And this in and of itself is a blessing in so many ways. And in both scenarios, a minimum of stimulation or distraction on your end during the session is helpful to the receptivity of the work. You can have your eyes open or closed, and the process might seem passive on your end, and it truly is not. On an energetic level, you are actively engaged in the entire session, and yet I don't need you to do anything other than hold an energy or an attitude of receptivity or an attitude of allowance. And my strong encouragement is to not engage in any other form or modality of energy healing that you might be familiar with, and not call on angels or non-physical beings or saints to help to facilitate this process. During a session, most clients describe feelings of peace and calm, and many have commented feeling blissful and experience higher levels of consciousness. Some clients see colors and shapes, and others have vivid visualizations, and none of this is required. In fact, many clients have reported seeing nothing and really feeling not much other than peace and calm during the session, and yet they had a very deep and profound transformative experience. I've not yet had anyone experience anything traumatic or cathartic, and I'm grateful that this work is filled with grace and ease for both you and for me. Some highly sensitive clients have described feeling energy moving in a gentle, pleasant sort of manner, typically in the area of challenge. I believe this is the result of clients sensing shifts in energy in the areas of challenge as they are transformed, balanced, and restored. I'm still getting used to working at speeds that once seemed inconceivable to me. Before the session begins, we simply discuss what you choose to focus our attention upon in terms of goals and challenges, and the challenges and goals can be from any aspect of life. The work is not only fast, it is proven to be highly effective. In many cases, a single session was all that was required, and in others, 3 or 4 were ideal. Again, each of us is different. We each set the pace and the tone and the tempo of our own healing process. Another area of fascination for me is the non-material aspect of source energy medicine has greater flexibility and a wider scope of potential and possibility than the charging labels and water version of source energy medicine. We've had numerous people whose primary complaint was related to musculoskeletal structural challenges, some from traumatic injury, and the client was able to transform, balance, and restore many of these challenges in a single session without touch, without physical manipulation, or pain being involved in the process. Now, not too long ago, I would have thought these kinds of challenges were definitely outside the scope of potential and possibility of source energy medicine, and yet what I have experienced since 2013 has allowed me to continue to expand my beliefs and my paradigm of healing, allowing me to be able to support clients in new and exciting ways which truly do feel unlimited in terms of potential and possibility. In fact, last year I was working on our home, replacing some of the exterior siding, and I was very distracted. I didn't have enough time to do what I wanted to accomplish that day, and I severely broke my ring finger on my left hand. And I honestly think if I was not wearing heavy-duty work gloves, my finger likely would have been detached from my hand. The blow from the crowbar I was using was pretty intense. So I immediately ran in the house, took off my wedding ring as the swelling was increasing rapidly, the skin was broken, and I could feel that the bone was completely broken and it was really poorly aligned, which is to say beautifully malaligned. And you know, I simply washed my hands and I quickly did a non-material source energy medicine session on myself. I know less than ideal, and yet it was a Sunday afternoon, and between being Sunday and me being too embarrassed to call one of our practitioners, I just went to work. The pain went from being quite intense to just mild discomfort in about a minute or so. And I'm not exactly sure how long I worked, but I would say probably 10 to 15 minutes. And when I opened my eyes and felt the site of the injury, if you will, the bones felt very well aligned, and I could fully articulate my finger, only with very, very minor discomfort. So I cleaned the wound a little bit better, bandaged it, put on my gloves, and I went back outside and I finished the job without any kind of pain or any kind of limitation in any way. And the finger and the joints, they're all fine, and that was just over a year ago, about 13 months ago. So to me, what I personally experienced was nothing short of miraculous, and this type of thing, not too long ago, I would have thought of as completely impossible. Talk about a paradigm shift in perspective. As within every aspect of source energy medicine, we can do no harm, and the worst thing that can happen is nothing. So yes, indeed, the worst thing that can happen is nothing, and the best thing that can happen would be nothing short of what would be characterized as a miracle. So back to my disclaimer at the beginning that this was not a sales pitch. Please do not request a non-material source energy medicine session. That is not why I shared this content with you. I shared it for 2 primary reasons. One, if you're an integrative wellness practitioner, then you have to know about the non-material aspect of source energy medicine. It's what all of our practitioners share with their clients. They also, of course, use the source energy medicine charging label system and create custom source energy medicine protocols for their clients, but the primary way to support their clients is with the non-material aspect of source energy medicine. So if you are a practitioner, and I sure hope you are definitely going to want to learn more about the non-material aspect of source energy medicine. The other reason is if you have a significant challenge and that challenge is very time sensitive, then if it were me, I would absolutely explore the non-material aspect of source energy medicine. There's no question about it. Charging label approach would be 6 to 12 months, and within the non-material aspect of source energy medicine, some clients experience positive results in 1 or 2 or 3 sessions. So I hope that makes sense. Before you run off, please scroll down and leave a comment. I personally read every single comment, and I always love reading your comments. It's also a great place for you to ask a question, and I do my best to answer as many questions as possible.